This is your host, Ted. And you're listening to Stories, Lies, and Shenanigans. What am I going to talk about today? I have no idea what I'm going to talk about today. I have no thought in my head. I'll rephrase that. To say that I don't have any thoughts in my head obviously is a lie. It's a clear lie. I have happy thoughts. Super happy thoughts. Because I did something that I would never have done before. But I did that one thing that I wouldn't do today. I wouldn't have done that 20 years ago. Against... Yeah. Basically, what happened earlier, it's got me in a very happy mood. It's not promising, but it has me in a happy mood. Is I used quotes from a particular movie. And I meant them, and I mean it, truly, of how it went. To charm an individual and to meet them. They're local. Well, they're local. It depends who you talk to. Some people say they're from out of town. You drove more than 30 miles. They're from out of town. I'm a spontaneous person. If you're 100 miles or less, to me that's like, oh, I'll be right over. I mean, obviously whatever time it takes to get wherever I'm going, but yeah. So yeah, promising. Very happy. I am. I might not sound that because I'm kind of tired right now, but I'm happy. I'm very happy. I'm so happy, that's why I don't know what I'm going to tell you. I don't know what story I'm going to tell you. As I move in my chair and squeak all over the place. So, why I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to talk about, I'm just going to let you know that this is take number 2. I dozed off as I was rambling on about something that I don't want to repeat again and ramble. It was just a very mishy-mashy of whatever. But anyhow, this is take number 2 because I dozed off because I'm tired. But I'm trying to keep a promise. There's every week coming out with a podcast. Sports one, I'll let that go slide by or whatever. Everyone knows I'm a sports channel that I am not a baseball person. So whatever's going on in the football and hockey world, that's what's going to be there. Which hockey just got done with with their draft. Free agency is right around the corner. And just camps for the NFL. As I'm turning this into a sports podcast. Alright, so. Man, stories, lies, or shenanigans. Which one should it be today? Should it be one of those todays? I can mishmash it together. It's my channel. I can do whatever I want. You're the one listening. You can't push a button like 1 and all of a sudden I'm going to talk about bears. Or you press 2 and all of a sudden I'm talking about flowers. Or 3 And I'm talking jokes. It's not how it works. You come to my channel to listen to me and the material that I'm giving out. Alright, so why I'm still racing. See, now I'm like in this frantic-y racing. I don't know what I want to talk about. I just want to ramble on, which is what I'm clearly doing. As I'm trying to like, as I'm just running through, talk about this, talk about this, talk about this, talk about that. Kind of like a Rolodex, you know, just. No, I don't want to talk about that. Nope, I don't want to talk about that one either. So yeah, that's where we're at. Let's talk about vehicles. I know I am not a car guy, so guess what? We're going to talk about vehicles. Because I know what I'm going to talk about. The only thing that I know, and that's the wheels on the car go round and round. What was my first car? My first car was given to me from my sister. It was a 91 Oldsmobile Grand Am. I believe it was a 91. Positive it was a 91. I'm pretty sure it was a 91. I'm like having a huge blank. Maybe it was a 94. Maybe it was a 94. But 91 really sticks out to me. It was a gray Grand Am. It had a sticker chick magnet on the back. No muffler. Had a tape deck in it. I think it did have power locks. It did have power locks. It was a 4-banger. I remember gas was like $1.12. It was like 89 cents at some periods too. I don't totally remember. But yep. Remember I had that. Went in the Navy. Came back home. Where's the car? And my father goes, well, your brother took it. And he blew up the engine. And here was the sign, the first sign of my brother and engines. He knows how to overwork them. He knows how to blow crap up. And he doesn't need no dynamite. So that was car number one. Then, in the military, I had an S10 that I bought from a shipmate from the Navy. Sorry about that. Yeah, I had an S10. It was blue. I got it at like, I think it was like 33,000 miles on it, something like that. It was good miles. Because really, when I first joined the Navy, I joined into the middle of a cruise. When we got off, I went with this individual. Maybe it was the day after. He picked it up and he showed it to us. This individual. And I was like, hey, sweet, good looking truck and blah, blah. So I knew the history of the truck. I remember there was someone else that wanted to get the truck, but they let me get it even though they were going to give him more money because he knew I didn't have a truck on base. It was going to be like a play-around vehicle for this other person. And so it was really cool, this other person to kind of be like, hey, this person's going to want this. Especially because I was stationed in California in the middle of the freaking desert where you really wanted a vehicle so that you can go places. Because that's what you do in a vehicle. You go places. The wheels on the car go round and round, and you go places. In this case, truck. So I had the truck. How long did I have the truck for? So I bought the truck. It's like 2003. I want to say I had it for about 10 years. I think it was about 2012, 2013 when I got rid of it. And then it was a mess of vehicles from there on out. I had a Dodge Caliber that got repoed. I'm paying for that now. I had a Mazda. It was like an old Mazda, I want to say. I mean, it was old school glass for the windows. Straight up and down. I mean, I think it was like an 88, 89 or... Oh, man. What was that vehicle? Yeah, then following that vehicle, got a Oldsmobile or Alero. Like the worst thing. Like, you're better off just... It's like, anyone who has an Oldsmobile Alero, it's like, you might as well just drop the keys in the sewer and walk. Because you'll get there faster. Because you're going to break down. So yeah. So then an Oldsmobile Alero. What did I have following that? I remember. Then I had a PT Cruiser for a hot minute. And then finally, what family does, they pitched in and got a loan, got a nice new shiny Chevrolet Impala, which is what I have right now. And I like it. I love it. It's a good car. Outside of the fuel pump is bad right now, which I've been snaking along for like 3 months, 4 months. Yes, I know. I am definitely playing with fire. So yeah, not much of a vehicle guy. Didn't talk about probably the vehicle that you want. But that's okay. Because cars are not my thing. I mean, I've been to car shows. Classic cars. They're fun to look at. But it's when you start getting into the meat. Like, there's the 452cc clutch motor made by so and so. This was back in like this year. There was only like 500 of these made. You know, I'm just like, oh, great. It's a good looking piece of chrome. So yeah, not excited when it comes to the vehicles, but I'll sit and watch. I'll look at them. I'll adore them. I'll be like, oh man, that's a sweet looking one. Oh, that's a cool looking one. No, do you see that one over there? I'll do that. I will do that. Alright, before I fall asleep on you guys, this is again another very short episode. You know what? For not having a plan, I did pretty good. I mean, probably not what you want to talk here. Talk about just vehicles. But sometimes you just gotta start. You just gotta go. You just gotta fire away. Stay with it. Go forward. And well, yeah, you gotta go for it. Just gotta do it. Just gotta do it. All right, rambling on again. Starting to make zero sense. My eyes are getting heavy. My palms are not sweaty. Are you with me? All right, so this is Ted with Stories, Lies, and Shenanigans. And it is 7/11, 2022. And that exciting dude with Stories, Lies, and Shenanigans is signing out. Hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully it wasn't too boring for you. I'll catch you next week.